G'day and welcome back to Toxic Garage Customs. I'm Todd and this is Toxic Garage Customs. So I hope everyone's well. I've had a good day today. I went to Chrome Fest, which is at the entrance on the central coast of New South Wales here in Australia. It's great. If you've never been there, then if you get the opportunity, go along, have a look at it. It's great. About 400 or 500 cars and rock and roll dancing and plenty of stands and just a really good atmosphere, not to mention beautiful location and fantastic weather. So a bit of a plug there for that. But what are we doing? Well, I've got a new project. I alluded to it in my previous videos and I've got it. So in this video, you're going to start seeing what it is. I'm not going to reveal exactly what's going to happen with that new project until the next video, but I think you'll like it. So it's a very Australian car that I've got. It is a complete and utter basket case. It's in a million pieces and I think I'm insane, quite frankly. I don't know what I was thinking and I should be put in an institution, but it's too late. Incidentally, bumped into my mate Brett from Oxygen Design, and if you like my shirt, then he's got a whole range of stuff, so check him out. Oxygen Design, good stuff. So hang around for the video, have a look at it. It's a bit of a different one. Oh, I guess it's not different. It's a new car. It's a different car. We go through it, we have a look at it, we pick it up, we check out what we've got, and we question our sanity. And then, well, we'll move on with it. I'll see you at the end of the video. Please hang around. If you do like the content, if you do like the video, do me a huge favor. If you haven't subscribed, can you please subscribe? You've heard about this mysterious algorithm on YouTube. I don't understand it, but all I know is if you subscribe, it will help me be able to continue to make videos. So I would really appreciate if you do that. And I'm going to stop moving around because it's playing havoc with my glasses and the light. I'll see you at the end. Go and grab a coffee or whatever you want, an adult beverage. See you then. Well, I'm just on my way to go and pick up a new project. Just hiring a trailer. Thing's massive, so that should be fun. But if you recognise this place, you'll know where I'm picking it up from. I'll let you work that one out. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'll be able to film once I get there. Haven't spoken to the people yet about that, but if I can, I will. If not, you'll see it when I've got it home. Righto, got the trailer hooked up, nearly there. It's only about half an hour from my place where I'm getting this truck from. It's not a truck, by the way, getting this project from. But I just thought I'd stop and show you the countryside around here. It's a good video, isn't it? There's some cows out there. Pretty nice out here. Yeah, it's only up the road from where I live, as I said. We'll get there soon. Righto, and there we have it. Het and Greta is where we are at, and it's a VH Commodore in all its glory. Let's have a little bit of a closer look. Righto, so it's a complete and utter basket case. Pulled apart. Well, the guy I bought it off had it for about 5 years, and he bought it off a guy who was a spray painter. The guy I bought it off was actually a spray painter as well, but the guy that originally had it pulled it into a million parts and proceeded to sand it back to bare metal, I think, and he's put it into some sort of primer, and there it sat. So it's been undercover, it's got a little bit of surface rust, and I will have a look at it more closely, but it's a complete matching numbers V8 car, 2.253, 4.2 litre car. So stay tuned and see what I'm going to do to this one. It's going to be the real Pandora's box, because I have absolutely no idea whether everything's there or not, even though I'm told everything is. So all will be revealed once I start laying stuff out. Got a bit of work ahead of me. First I've got to get it home. Let's do that. Made it home successfully. Didn't lose anything. My windows started taking a walk, but it couldn't have come out. So if if the saying, a man's last actions are an example of his character, then I guess that means I'm insane. But anyway, here we are. A lot of work out of me. No motor in that 'cause it's already in my shed. So we're going to get this thing unloaded. We're going to move a Falcon out of there. And I'm just going to put this where my hoist is for the moment. Then I'm going to have to do a big shed reshuffle to find a place for this. And unfortunately, I think the International's got to get pushed out into the weather for a while. Hope it doesn't affect its paint. But I don't want this thing sitting in the weather. It could rust, whereas the Inter is what it is at the moment, I guess. I'm going to eat something, and we've got to get this thing off the trailer. Well, I'll move the Falcon out so I can get the rust bucket in there. Really should drive that Falcon more, it's a good car. Anyway, I'll be driving in a second. Before anyone starts hating on me, by the way, the car's on the trailer backwards. Yes, I know. It's also got no motor or transmission in it, so it's not unevenly distributed. It's actually better this way because there's more weight in the back of it. Okay, tick. I know you should never fasten a car down to a trailer with straps over the boot and the bonnet. You'll damage the panels and it's going to fall off. Well, if you look really carefully, there's actually straps going from the diff to the trailer and to the front end to the trailer, and the straps over the boot, bonnet and those areas are because those panels aren't actually bolted on. They're actually quite loose, and none of the panels fell off and none of them are dented, so I reckon I did it the right way. Thought I'd get that out of the way. Little bit of a plug here. If you're ever looking to hire a car trailer, I recommend this one. They're a good trailer, great hoist, really good braking system, good security system, heaps and heaps of tie down points, good solid ones, really strong cable. It's a banana back. It's got the ramps, easy to load, easy to unload. I've got to say, very impressed. So this thing, I'm pretty sure that that panel is not original. So if you know your Commodores, can you tell me? I suspect that that's a really, really terrible rust repair, and that's an indication. Hopefully, I'm not going to see too much of that. There's obviously a bit of rust across the back there. I have looked underneath it. It doesn't look too bad. There is pretty much nothing holding anything in, and I just noticed this and this. Oh, and this. So I don't know where these bolts are coming from, but that looks like a seatbelt bolt actually. So yeah, I don't know where they're coming from. Nothing fell off, nothing I can tell anyway. I'm really quite keen, oops, wrong one, really quite keen to pull this stuff apart to show you and to show me what's in there. Because I've got to be honest, I've only really had a little bit of a look. I've never actually emptied the thing out to see what's in there. So we might have a look at that, I think. Righto, night time now. Took the trailer back, finished, I mowed the lawn, domestic stuff. Anyway, I've just started pulling some of the parts out of this. Let's have a look. So obviously what I'm hoping to find is everything, but the valuable bits. So what have I dug out? I got I think it's the top of the rear seat, got the rear window, that one's got a windscreen yet. Lower half of the dash, looks like part of the the heater. Center console, a fan that looks like it's off a Ford to me over there as well. There's a column, hasn't got a barrel, which I knew that, but there's another column over there. There's a tail shaft, some springs, another seat. Got a seat on the back here. This is the lower section up here. It's got a hole in it. A bit hard to see. That's the brake pipes and the fuel pipe sitting there as well. Got given a car cover with it. In the boot, there's a couple of fluorescent lights. They'll go in the bin. There's a fuel tank here. Now the monkey that pulled this thing apart, not the guy I bought it off, but the guy that he bought it off, he must have thought he worked in a wrecking yard or something, because rather than undo clips, every single rubber hose has been cut with a recipro or something, including all the brake hoses, the radiator hoses, the fuel hoses. Seriously, how hard is it? Just a tip for anyone pulling a car apart, don't do that. It's really annoying. So, yeah, there's a whole bundle of chrome stuff here. So, presumably it's all off this car. I'll have the bags, bulker bags. I don't know. I'm going to keep unveiling. I can see some big plastic tubs, and I knew that there was plastic tubs full of stuff in here. But yeah, I can see a piece of glass there. That's the windows. Hopefully there's a windscreen. We'll see. Okay, let's see what else we can find. These doors are only held on by the pins, I believe. It'll be too hard to get out. There's also some rust repairs in the boot as well, which I'll probably redo. They don't look very good. I'd say that the person that started working on it was only new to welding. What's this seat like? This looks like the passenger side. Not too bad. Good clean up. I don't know if I'll leave the interior the same colour or not, but if it's usable for the moment, then at least I know that I can go that path. I will reveal my plans at some stage, but not yet. Now these things, these will come in handy. Might sound weird, but these are bulker bags. These hold a ton. You can put sand and stuff in them. And in my actual career, in my chosen profession, which is in structural landscaping, we use these a lot. These are brand new, so I can use those. Use them around the property for cleaning up, putting stuff in, dragging up the tip, whatever. Often lifted with big cranes, and then you cut the bottom of them out and all the sand or gravel or whatever falls out. Got 3 of those. Righto, we've got some door windows. Door window with runners. Looks good. We need that. Door window, so these are the rears. So there should be some quarter glass there as well. Looking pretty good. I'm not afraid to pull a car apart, but this is just ridiculous. This thing's been pulled apart to a level that is just unnecessary. In my humble opinion, oh shivers. Nearly broke it. Passenger side front window. What I don't need is shattered glass. Is there a windscreen? I don't think I've got a windscreen. Driver's side front glass. Only got 2 door trims so far. Hopefully some more of those turn up. I spy the grill. The all important VH grill. Grill's a little bit broken. The tabs there, that's a bit annoying. If you're not familiar, these Commodores first came out, I don't know the year, might have been 79, 80, something like that. They had the VB, and then the VC, and then this is the VH, and then they had the VK. This is the last of the chrome bumper bar model, and then the VK had plastic bumper bars, and it had an additional window just here. VKs are pretty popular. They have blue meanies, which is a pretty tough Holden dealer team type car. But this and the 2 models before it, well, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure the body is pretty much the same. The main changes are the front. So the VH has got quite a thin grille, the VBs and VCs have got a taller grille, and they're sort of like got a square pattern in them. I don't like VBs or VCs, to be honest. VHs, I don't mind. Hence why I bought this one. I need a better grille. I won't be surprised if I need better. Lots of things, because, well, let's face it, look at this thing. And the tail lights, hopefully these are in good condition. There we go. The tail lights, they're quite a narrow tail light. I bought this car as a complete front to rear car. Other than the exhaust, I was told it didn't have an exhaust, so I'm hoping that it's complete from front to rear. Little things like there's a gasket that goes around the tail light here. It's on this one, but not on that one, so hopefully that turns out. It's that little stuff that really adds to the cost of things. Carpet, lovely brown interior, brown and tan, lovely. Not so lovely, really. Carpet looks like it might be a pretty good nick. Floor mat, driver's side. Yeah, carpet looks like it might be okay. Time will tell. The glove box lid. Commodore. So this dash has got a crack in it through the top here. So I may either source a new dash, got a few cracks actually, may either source a new dash or repair this, or have a new skin put over the top of it. I'll speak to my auto trimmer, he might be able to do something. Fan shroud. Gotta be moving that. That'll go with the fan. Right, can't see the other 2 door trims. That's not ideal. Door trims are missing. What's it this tough? What have we got? What have we got? Well, at least we've got some organisation. I guess that's a good thing. Looks like, I guess it's a door latch wire or something. Charcoal canister, pollution gear, a thing. No, don't know what that is. Ignition coil. Some door latch mechanisms there. Okay. Ah, this is why we cut the rubber hoses, so we can use these. Flash. These are the windscreen cowl vent covers. Show those. Look like they're okay. One's missing a clip, but it looks like they're okay. Door handles, fuel filter. Oh, the hose hasn't even been cut. Incredible. Spring bushes. Got some stuff randomly put together. Door handles, bagged and tagged. Left hand front door. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate that. Left hand rear door. Gotta love bagging and tagging. A brake wheel cylinder hone. Not sure that that is the factory Holden part. Some braces, a horn, clips. What's this thing? Oh, looks like engine cylinder block hone. 4 hones. Now well, let's complain about free tools. Yeah, that's what it is. For honing engine blocks. Oh, good. 3 of them I've got now. And some window mechanisms and a horn. And some sort of inspection cover or something. Okay. This box of goodies, this is going to be gold because this is all the stuff that you don't have to go searching for. Some of it's bagged and tagged, bonnet latches, nice. Some chrome stuff. Obviously a little bit of blingy stuff was on this. Center console clips. Oh, good. Oh, don't fall out of there. You get back in there. Door strikers, a rotor button. I haven't seen a rotor cap, distributor cap. I have a sneaking suspicion I'm not going to have a complete distributor with this car. I'm not convinced the distributor that is in the engine, which you haven't seen, I'm not convinced that it is from this car. Okay, bits and bobs. Don't like the way the car's been disassembled, but I don't mind the way the stuff's been stored, so I bet that's a win. How's this thing go together? Okay. Let's see what's in box 2. And in box 2, we've got other stuff. I hope you're keeping a track here, so I'm going to be asking questions. It'll all be in the test. What do we got? A couple of sun visors. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's not horrible. Rubbers, rubber seals, wind lace, a throttle cable, I'm guessing. Some sort of cable. Some plastic covers, windscreen wipers, some light fittings. I'd say that is out of one of the tail lights because one of them was missing it. Yeah, that's out of a tail light. I'll put it back in here. Window tracks, windscreen wipers, another horn, a headlight of some sort. Pretty sure. Oh, maybe it had spotlights. Oh, hopefully. Actually, where's the bumper bars? There's more parts that go with this car because I saw bumper bars. There's a bunch of stuff not here. Okay, I'm going to be doing a return trip. Okay, got some stuff there. So the tools. Righto, so we got all those parts sorted out and into boxes and stuff, so that's a lot more organised. Got to lift this old girl up, see what she looks like underneath. Who doesn't love having a hoist, eh? Let's have a look underneath. Righto, so I already know everything's been pulled apart, so things like cut brake hoses, good work. We move on. Okay, so we've had a bit of black paint put under here. Let's zoom out a bit. Then some black paint under here. Black paint could be a good thing. Could be hiding things, but I would say they've just taken off the bitumen coating, whatever it's called, stone guard. Brake calipers, cut brake hoses, really unnecessary expenditure. Yep, so it's all been ground and stuff here. As I've said before, this front panel needs to be replaced. It was damaged during a towing process, which is not a big, it's a couple of spot welds. The guy I bought it off's meant to be sourcing me a good panel. I guess if it comes down to it, it's probably replaceable with an aftermarket part. So there's some bends in radiator support here, probably from towing and stuff. Should be easy to straighten out. K-frame, so it should be a V8 K-frame, being the fact that it's a V8 car. As you can see, everything has been sanded back to bare metal and then primed and then sanded again and then left. So it's got surface rust all over it, and that's the thing that I'll try to work out to see how much of an issue it is. The rails at the front here, they look okay. I'm looking for signs of any major front impact, which I can't see any immediate evidence of anything like that, which is nice. This mudguard is a different colour, so it's obviously had a minor collision or rust or something. So under here has been painted, don't know what with, but it's been masked and painted to a line. So again, all the stone guards scraped off. So I'll probably reapply something because I don't like stones banging up underneath my car making lots of noise. Can't see any rust. Just looking for all that obvious sort of stuff. obvious repairs, obvious rust, obvious damage. The sills, the bottom lip there's a bit bent up in spots. That happens when over gutters and stuff like that, I guess. Just needs a bit of a clean. It's not too bad. It's looking alright to me. So we've got the handbrake cable there, which is popping out through the floor, being tucked in or something. So I'll work that out. The brake hose that goes to the diff hasn't been cut. It's a miracle. I'm missing a rear sway bar, so I need to ask where that might be. Got rear springs that aren't really sitting where they're supposed to be. That one sort of is, that one sort of, neither of them are. So we'll sort that out. This diff's been out at some point in time because I'm pretty sure anyway, it's got no brakes. So I don't know whether this was originally drum brake and they were switching it to discs or what, but there are some discs as I've shown previously. Okay, so the brake shoes go inside the discs on those by the looks of things. So presumably this stuff over here, I'm hoping that that's the rear discs and that the inside of the drums, inside of the disc I should say, is where the handbrake runs. And yep, so you can see marks there from the handbrake. So they're rear discs, I'm pretty sure, and the calipers and everything there. So we'll have to check to see if they're in usable condition. Okay, these control arms or whatever they're called, the bolts are loose. The diff has been out. The diff hasn't been put back in properly. That hasn't got a nut on it at all. So that's okay. I'll go over all of these things. It's a matter of finding the hardware. Yeah, so these are just loosely done up. That's okay. It's okay as long as I know. So I can drop that out, go over, give it a once over. Just don't know why it's pulled apart. Okay, now I did see inside some stuff on the boot area that looked a bit funny. I don't really know where the fuel tank goes in this, whether it's meant to drop down through the floor. That looks like a standard panel. The fuel tank's in the back. I don't know whether it goes behind the seat or whether it sits in the floor, but I'll work that one out. Again, I know really nothing about these things. Yeah, but none of that looks right, does it? It's all just sort of sitting there a bit precariously. That's okay. These bump stops is what I'm talking about, if that's what they are. Yeah, there was some repair in the boot, which I can't see from underneath here. I can't really see where it was, so it might be above that brace. But there has been a patch in for that area, and it's not very well done. So I'll be looking at that, but I can't see it from underneath, so it's better done underneath than it is from the top. We'll check all that out. That's okay. So this here, I'm sure that's not right. So there's rust there, and this panel just doesn't look like it's meant to be there to me. I'd say it's just a really poor rust repair. So no doubt I'll be replacing that back panel. Oh, this might be where the floor came out of here. Okay, so yeah, those cuts there. So there's a new floor section. Actually, it looks like it could even be a brand new panel. Sticker. I'm saying it's a brand new panel, and it's been lapped. So I might be able to remove that and put it in a better way. Okay, I can see some cuts there. So the panel's probably replaceable, or reusable. So it hasn't been finished off. Need some spot welds here. So I'm suggesting I'm probably going to cut that out and re-put it, reinstall it. At least it's a new panel, so that's okay. I can live with that. Bit of a ding in the corner there. Again, looking for rust, looking for anything major. There was a bit of a bulge on one of these sides at the back. Where was it? I can't tell from down here. One of the rear quarters looked like it had a little bit of a bulge in it. So look, I've got to say, it looks like the sound body that I thought it was, other than I didn't know about the boot. But I'm not disappointed at all. It's probably pretty much meeting the expectations that I had. I can't ask for any more than that. Well, I could, but I'm not expecting it. I think it's a good thing. It'll need bushes, tie rod ends, all that sort of stuff. I guess it's supposed to have stone shields at the back of the discs, but again, I don't know. I would presume so. I've got the rack, it's just been loosely installed just to move it around. That's what the guy I bought it off told me, so it sort of flops around when you're moving it, but it's there. If I didn't mention before, I found all the compliance plates, the 3 plates that go with it, which is good. I'm going to check those for matching number against the engine, because that is what it's supposed to be. Just look on that little tab just there. I've got a torch in my hand, so it's a bit hard. That little tab right in the centre of the screen, sitting out from the radiator support a bit. I'm just looking on the other side. It's actually different over here, hasn't got the tab. So could be a minor tweak there. Is the K-frame bolted in properly? It's got bolts and then it's got threads showing, so that's a good thing. Righto, so where to from here, I guess. I think the wise thing for me to do on this, I've checked out the parts that I've got. I've got a list of things that I know aren't there, which the guy I bought it off is going to look, see if he's got them. I think probably one of the first things I can start doing, other than trying to source or find the bent panel for the front and maybe something for the back, is I reckon I can start just getting into the body. There's been a reasonable amount of work done to this in the first place. Like, I can't even really see any dents in it. There probably are some, but I can't really even see any dents. I found some Scotch-Brites. I think it's all been put in primer, sanded, Scotch-Brited, and then I believe the guy that did it had to move. These doors look like they've been sitting in grass or something, or on the ground. They got some rust showing on the bottom of them, but it looks to me like it's just surface rust. I don't think there's any actual physical holes there or anything major. Rear guards, again some black paint. There could be a rust repair. Oh no, it's the natural seal, the body line I should say. You know when you get something there, just looking around, you're going, that's what I'm looking for, the thing that I didn't know about. Well, as I said, the only thing I've found so far is the boot floor and that panel at the back. Everything else I knew about. Could be onto a winner chicken dinner. Righto. I put it this way, it can only get better. Things can only get better. Okay, I think I've got this fuel tank situation sorted out. So it bolts underneath here. Now, if you're a Commodore aficionado and you know what you're doing, you're probably laughing at me, and that's fine. I'm learning, okay? Give me a break. So there's 2 separate tank straps, which I found when I was unpacking. So one goes over here, bolts onto the back of the rail, and just there. And the other, I think you can see that, can't you? Yep. And the other goes about mid-point here. Now what I think has happened, that's this one. They're similar, but not exactly the same. This one comes from about there, or not about there, from exactly there, because there's a hole in this rail. And it comes up, and what you won't be able to see greatly, let's put some light on the subject. Sure, you probably still can't see anything, but I think that is supposed to fix to this flat tab on this replacement floor panel. So I would assume that there's meant to be bracing or something at some point to mount that to as well. Maybe above, maybe below, maybe it's something I'll find, maybe it's something I've already found. But I reckon that goes there. And then the tank sits in that slot, And then the filler neck goes up through that hole just there, behind the rear wheel well, and I put petrol in there. I'm going to need a petrol cap because I'm pretty sure there's not one on the tank. Yep, where are we? There's the tank, filler neck, emission controls for charcoal canister and all that sort of stuff. More cut hoses because that was necessary, wasn't it? From there to there. Let's cut the middle of it out. Fool. Anyway, that's that. Now I did look at this panel here from inside, and there's just a big hole cut out of there, and then this piece of thing is just whatever'd in there. As I said, got to be fixed. It's okay, looking pretty good. That's problem one solved, where the fuel tank goes. Okay, it's dark outside now, but Josh has arrived, and Josh and I have just been going around and cleaning up underneath the car a bit. Say hello, Josh.
Hello, Josh.
Yeah, so Josh has been giving it a bit of a blow off with compressed air. I've been straightening some things out. So this panel across here that I was showing you before, I've gone through and I've straightened it out somewhat, which is good. And just the little things, been doing a bit of work on the bottom of the sills. So this seam along here, that wasn't too bad, but I've given it a straighten out, which is looking much better. And the same over this side. And just little things like this piece here was a bit bent, so straighten that out. Same over the other side. The back of this, let me get some light on the subject here. So the back of this section here was a bit banged around. It's still a bit knocked around, but it's better. So yeah, the lip was straightened on the top and the bottom, so it's all coming along a bit better. I'm pretty sure it has had a little bit of a bend up underneath this panel here, and there's some pretty cocky poo welding there. So I don't know if holes have been fixed or what it was, but I'll grind that up and fix it up. But overall the panel looks pretty good. But once again, I've found nothing mysterious. It's looking really good the more I look at it. So as far as I'm concerned, the underside of this, other than the boot area that I've spoken about, is pretty much there. So not mechanically, just body wise. So what I'm going to do is go through, I'm going to spray some general purpose cleaner on it, and I'll spray some degreaser on a few areas, and I'm going to give it a good clean up. On the hoist here, it's good, I can hose things off and it's not really a drama. So you got to give it a clean up, and then I'm going to leave it like that until the time comes that I'm ready to assemble it, or until I decide that I'm going to top up the paint with a bit more. So there's a few areas that haven't been done, so things like this. So that's good. But what I am looking at, because I've got the hoist and I can get underneath it, when the time comes, I'm going to go along and I will paint all the underside of the sills and all those parts that are hard to get to if you're painting it down on the ground. So I'll at least get them into epoxy. As I said, bare metal, anything that needs to be bare metal, get it into epoxy, prepped, all that sort of stuff. And then when the time comes to paint it, I will actually paint those lower areas. And once again, like I have done with the Datsun, if you've been watching that build, that's the Datsun. Whoop. That's the Datsun, by the way. As I've been doing with the Datsun, come on Todd, get it together. I'll take the doors off, I'll take the guards, boot, bonnet and all that sort of stuff, and I'll prep and maybe paint some of those things off the car, get all the door jambs painted, all that sort of stuff. Because this car has been stripped down to a basket case, all I've got to do is put it back together. So I guess that saved me a heap of time by someone else pulling it apart. We'll see how much time it saves me when I try and put it back together. But it's in a very early stages of being ready for me to get that body looking 100%. So that's impressive. So, got to get this cleaned up. If I haven't said it before, I love having a hoist. Okay, so given that a degrees where it needs a degrees, and I've given it just a general hose off clean where it needed a general clean, just to get the dust and mud and stuff off. Tried not to get the outside of the car wet because I don't want to get the primer wet, because I don't know what it is, and I don't want it to rust up any more than it is. So yeah, that's excellent. So the underside of the car can just stay like that until I'm ready to come back to it, but other than that, I'm ready to start moving on with the outside of the car. So making good progress. Well, as I said, basket case insanity. Next video, we go straight into this thing. We start making that Commodore look much better than what it does now. I'm impressed with the way it comes up. Follow along, check it out. Check out the next video as soon as it comes out. And remember, thumbs up, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. See you on the next one. Stay safe and go and pick up an angle grinder and cut something up. Bye.